We are going to discuss some important questions in the 11th standard botany, chapter 6, cell, unit of life. First, bring out the significance of transmission electron microscope, then draw and label the ultrastructure of plant cell, write the modern cell theory and their exception, what is known as plasma, write their functions, what is known as flip-flop movement. Likewise, distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Write the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Bring out the significance of transmission electron microscope. This is the most commonly used electron microscope, which provide two-dimensional images. Here, the beam of electron passes through the specimen of form on image on fluorescent screen. That magnification is 1 to 3 lakhs times and resolving power is 2 to 10 angstrom. It is used for studying detailed structure of viruses, likewise viroids, like small microorganisms, cellular organelles, those things under. You are seeing this is transmission electron microscope. Here magnified cell, you are seeing this. Draw and label the ultrastructure of plant cell. You see then this is a plant cell. You can find some labeled parts. What are they? These are the cell wall, cytoplasm, vacuole, mitochondria, black nucleus, rough endoplasmic reticulum, chloroplast, Golgi apparatus, cell membrane, ribosomes. These are the various parts of the electron microscopic view of the plant cell. You have to draw the diagram and label the parts. Write the modern cell theory and their exceptions. Cell theory proposed by German botanist Matthew Schleiden and German zoologist Theodor Schwann in 1833. They proposed that all plants and animals are composed of cells and that cells were the basic building block of life. According to them, all organisms are made up of cells. New cells are formed by divisions of pre-existing cells. Cell containing genetic materials which is passed on from parents to daughter cells. All metabolic reactions takes place inside the cells. These are all the new cell theory, modern cell theory. Some exception. What are the exceptions here? You see that viruses are the basal in biology. Viruses because it possesses living and non-living character, so that the viruses, viroids and prions are the exception to cell theory. They lack protoplasm, the essential part of the cell, and exist as obligate parasite, and also which are subcellular in nature, so that these are not comes under the what is known as plasmodesmata and write their functions. Plasmodesmata act as a channel between the protoplasm of the adjacent cells through which many substances pass through. Cells are transporting between that with the help of the plasmodesmata only. It's only transport some materials from one cell to another cell, the adjacent cells. Moreover, a few regions, the secondary wall layer laid unevenly, whereas the primary wall and middle lamella are laid continuously. Such regions are called pits. Main function of this, transport the material between the adjacent cells. What is known as flip-flop movement? The movement of membrane lipids from one side of the membrane to the other side by a vertical movement is called a flip-flop movement or flip-flopping movement. This movement takes place more slowly than lateral diffusions of lipid molecules. The phospholipids can have flip-flop movement because they have small polar regions, whereas the protein cannot flip-flop because the polar region is extensive when compared to this one. Distinguish between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryote, based on some important characters features, we have to classify these two cells. What are the common characters features? Size of the cell, nuclear characters, likewise DNA, RNA and protein synthesis, ribosomes, likewise organelles, cell movement, then organization. The last one is cell division. Based on these characters, the cells are classified into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Likewise, one of the more important that in between the prokaryote and eukaryote, you can see that mesokaryote also there. The question asked, write the difference between these two only. You have to go through this table and find the points and write carefully. Difference between plant cell and animal cell. There are 10 differences given here. You have to go through this table and write all the 10 points. What are they? Simply I can explain this. The plant cells usually they are larger than animal cells. Animal cells are usually smaller. Likewise, plant cell possess cell wall, but cell wall absent in animal cells. Likewise, plasmodesmata present, here absent. Chloroplast present, here absent. Vacuole are usually larger and permanent here. Animal cells vacuoles are small and a temporary one. Likewise, tonoplast present around the vacuole. Here, tonoplast is absent. Likewise, number of references given. You have to go through this and write this completely.